What's up, reloaders? Thanks for joining the Eagle's Nest. So today's video is a little quick one, and it's about a viable option for reloading for the 6mm ARC. Hornady's new hot item in the market has diminished availability for reloading dies as well as reloading accessories. So if you got lucky and picked up one of these Hornady custom match set dies, you're in luck because these been out of stock for a while. Now, as far as brass, that has been another issue here. And folks that have been following my channel know I've been doing some load development. I'm actually on the third box of Hornady 108 grain ELDs. Been reloading with using only 30 cartridges. I've gotten up to 14 reloads. That's where I'm at right now. And I finally found the first sign of failure. So 14 reloads is what I've gotten using factory Hornady match ammo. Obviously the powder charge I'm using is, oops, pick that up later. Well, the powder charge I've been using is around 30 grains of CFE 223. 31 grains has been my max, so I'm about a grain underneath max for my rifle. Now, as far as brass, we're going to replace this today, and what I chose to try out is some Starline brass, but in 6.5 Grendel. So, can you use Starline 6.5 Grendel brass, or basically 6.5 Grendel brass, and convert it to 6mm ARC? We're going to find out. So out of my rifle, I'm trimming my brass. What I found out to be my max overall length is 1.500. So I'm trimming my brass to 1.495, 5 thousandths off max. So this is a fired case, obviously on the 14th reload, and you can see it stretching quite a bit. Still stretching 2 to 3 thousandths after ever firing, and that's what caused the thinning on the bottom of the base here. That will cause you a case head separation. So I kind of wanted to see the limitations of the 6 arc, where it starts to fail. Obviously, you want to start replacing your components when you start seeing that faint white line on the cartridge. So it's kind of hard to tell on camera here, but like this one here, there's a faint white line there. Kind of just above the chamber line there. That tells you that the brass is definitely wearing out and that's time to replace. So I pushed it one more reload and this is what I found. So Starline makes some awesome products. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Starline brass. It's affordable, it works. Alright, so I'm using the Mech Marksman for the full-length sizing. I got the Hornady custom grade full-length sizing die and a number 12 shell holder. We'll go ahead and run it up into the full-length sizing die. As you can tell, I'm holding on top stroke to give a little bit of dwell time for brass spring back. We'll go ahead and turn that 90 degrees and do one more stroke and see exactly what we get out of this. We'll see if there's any kind of differences on that you can notice right away. For one, you could definitely see a defined edge on the factory 6 arc brass compared to the resized 6.5 Grendel. Obviously, that's going to tell you that you need to fireform the brass to get a more uniform case expansion. But as far as the length, let's see what we got here. Okay, we're actually oversized, so check that out. So full length size of brass, I am at 1.514. So I am actually 14 thousandths over my chamber. Your rifle will vary, obviously. So I got to trim this brass back at least 19 thousandths. Definitely quite a bit to take off, but I'd rather be long than short. That's what she said, right? Alright, so 1.495, that's pretty close. So like I said, let me run the rest of these cases and we'll do a weight comparison. Okay, so to make sure we're not in a dangerous situation, we're going to compare the case volume off the factory 6 arc brass versus a 6.5 Grendel. Making sure that the powder charge I'm going to put on the new Starline brass is going to be safe. So I've actually sized this fired piece of brass exactly the same method or the same headspace as the new Starline brass. So let's see here. It's roughly 1 thousandths off. So 1 thousandths. Let's go see another one here. Yeah, see, roughly the same, 5/10 thousandths. They're trimmed exactly the same length. And we're going to be using a 21st century primer pocket plug. Let's go ahead and zero out the scale here. And we'll compare the volume to make sure there's nothing crazy. Obviously, if we have less volume in the 6.5 Grendel Brass, we're going to have higher pressures. So, go ahead and run some water here. Okay, so the Starline brass volume is showing 34.1 grains. Alright, so the factory brass is showing 33.7 grains, which is lower than the Starline brass. So we actually have less case volume on the factory Hornady brass versus the Starline. So having 30 grains of powder, which I developed using the Hornady brass, is going to be safe in the Starline. Alright, so let's go ahead and load these up and we're going to head to the range. Okay, so we're at the range, 100 yards. We're going to check out the reliability of the 6.5 Grendel converted brass. I got a brand new ASCS mag from Magpul. I just installed the PPC extractor from Sharpshooter Supply, and we'll see how well this thing extracts, see if you have any kind of hang-ups, and we'll see where she prints down range. So 10 shots with the converted brass. Let's see how she does. Alrighty, so here's the first 10 shots out of the barrel with the load that we developed in the previous video. Using the harmonic tuner there, I got a Harold's Precision tuner brake on there. This is 30.6 grains. I got 2 outlying flyers there. I felt like I shot pretty stable. The groups measure, I think, just underneath MOA, 10 shots. Since the volume of the brass is a little bit more with the Starline versus the Hornady brass, I did also step up the powder charge to 30.8, and I was looking for pressures, and I did not see any pressures, but that is a 5-shot group. We got 2 shots on the right, 2 shots in the dead center there, and then 1 outlying, well, not really a flyer, but 1 shot on the left there. So 30.8 grains seems to be the ticket on this rifle now with this brass. Obviously, if you change any kind of components, including the brass itself, you always want to recheck your loads, further do some load development. Knowing your case volume, if it's higher or lower, will kind of dictate exactly where you need to go on your powder charge. So we got a little bit more powder charge on the Starline brass at 30.8, and the same weather conditions, I'm not seeing any kind of pressure signs. The cases are ejecting fine, not having any hard bolt lift. I think I'm good to go. So what we're going to do now is get a chrono number with the brand new brass and see where we're at. Obviously, like I said, the volume is a little bit more. Alrighty, so let's get some chrono numbers. Okay, we've got a full mag loaded up. Check for reliability. See what kind of chrono numbers we get. 2,863. Huh. So we dropped down quite a bit. About 40 FPS. So I was just over 2,900 feet a second. I'm using that 30.6 grain load. 2,864. Pretty consistent though. 2,883. Okay, that jumped up 20. $2,876. So SDs are still at 9.6. $2,872. $2,886. Getting pretty good reliable, getting pretty good speeds, pretty consistent here. 28.58. 28.59. 28.63. Flyer. 28.63. That was a duplicate, but it shot low. So 10 shots. Good reliability. Good feeding. Good ejection. SD numbers. Well, right at 10. Average velocity at 28.68. So we lost roughly 40 FPS switching over to this brass. I was hoping for 2,900 feet a second, but then again, this is the 30.6 grain load, so maybe 0.2 grains gets me a little bit closer. But other than that, I'm pretty happy. Those groups downrange, not bad. Let's go check it out. All right, the last 10 shot group. Did not like the X-ring, huh? Like I said, it seems to be the same kind of pattern. Obviously, point of impact shift and also vertical stringing a little bit, put on that magneto speed. So 30.6 grains was my old load. I'm probably going to go up to 30.8 and stick with that. Obviously, we hit a node. SD numbers are acceptable for what I need to do, and accuracy is not bad at all. So that's what we're getting. 6.5 Grendel Brass out of Starline converted. Yep, you could do it, and you get some pretty good results. All right, folks, that about wraps up this video. Converting 6.5 Grendel Brass to 6mm ARC or 6 arc, it works. Using quality components like Starline brass. Obviously, you can see the results downrange. Pretty good groups. SD numbers are pretty low. We did lose a little bit of velocity, but it is what it is. I can still make some impacts. And now that we have a rifle that works, it shoots, we got a good load. I do have a chassis coming for this thing. We got good reliable feeding and ejection now. Ever since I converted the ejection using the Sharpshooter Sports upgrade kit to the PPC, it's working great. So like I said, we got a rifle that shoots good, we got a load that shoots good, velocities are good, got a chassis coming. I did have a viewer also send me an awesome gift. This is great, man. I'm just amazed, honestly. He sent over the Send It level, digital level. Now, this is an awesome unit. It's from Long Range Arms. The Send It unit basically is a digital unit for leveling. It has a very bright LED system. Makes it very easy to know, hey, I'm level, send it. So that's the big reason why they call it Send It. So if you're off in the blue, well, you got tilted left. You're off to the right, well, tilted right. So pretty easy. You see green, you send it. Pretty simple. But I'm just amazed. I don't want to give his name out there, but I'm super shocked. Really appreciative. It's just going to help me out, and I'm excited to get into competition with this rifle using the 6 arc. We'll see exactly what I can do. Well, folks, that's all I got for now. I want to say thanks for watching. If you like this video, smash that thumbs up button. It helps a lot. And if you have a comment, suggestion, feedback, drop a line, drop a comment below. As always, you guys stay safe out there. I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for watching.